We go now with Sandeep Tripathi. Thank you very much, Sandeep. I'm sorry for not welcoming you in the beginning of our transmission. Sandeep is the founder of the Forum for Global Studies, New Delhi. He's a PhD from Jawaharlal Nehru University and honorary mayor, honorary political consultant for the Association of Mechanical Engineers of Kuzbass in Russia. Also, I would like to say that our supporter here, technical supporter, he's going on and off because the electricity system in São Paulo is still unstable. So thank you very much, Sandeep. I know that your curriculum is much larger than this, what I said, but you can explain also during your presentation. Thank you and welcome to this BRICS conference. Thank you, Sandeep.
Thank you so much, my dear friend, today's roundtable moderator, dear Iwando Ndaku. I'm very delighted to be here to represent India for this very important roundtable titled Clean Energy. So, and also, I extend my warm welcome from especially this BRICS group who has been very, very close to me, and we have been participating, coordinating to each other. So today's my topic is understanding India's energy transition from the global South perspective. Let me start by quoting India's Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, who has quoted this statement during the COP26 Glasgow summit. Samagach Dhavam, let's move together. Samava Dadam, let's all interact together. Samava Manas Janatam, everyone's mind should also be one. This is a mantra that has become more important and relevant today. And this statement, it was quoted by India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the Glasgow summit. It underscores, it reflects India's journey for non-fossil fuels, is grounded, is aligned with sustainable development goals as well as the pro-planet, as the green planet. It also reflects that India's effort for this green planet is deeply rooted in our civilization. And the civilization says that one earth, one future. So India's energy transition, India's journey for energy transition is deeply aligned with this Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one family. The word is one family. And that is why I would like to quote again that Prime Minister Modi at the Glasgow summit. Today, the whole world believes that India is the only big economy which has delivered in letter and spirit on the Paris Agreement. So this is somehow we are very committed in terms of the alignment with the Paris Climate Summit that took place 2015. We are very committed that this energy transition, this journey from fossil to non-fossil, it should be very, very inclusive, as well as it should be aligned with the sustainable development. Let me start. The world is undergoing with an historic energy transition, driven by the decarbonization policies and low carbon technology developments. My dear friend, energy transition is not a challenge. It offers opportunity. It can restructure the Indian economy and promote inclusive and sustainable development. The whole world is looking for India's journey on this from fossil to non-fossil fuels. As we have seen that energy transitions have defined several key epochs of human history. Early man's harnessing of fire, it changed the genetic and the cultural trajectory of humanity itself. Every great transition in energy technology entails a shift in geopolitics as well. It was James Watt, the coal-fired steam engine, that promoted industrializations and ensured Britain's global hegemony in the entire 19th and the early 20th century. So we can see how this energy transition, it shapes again, it reshapes, redesign the trajectory of the geopolitics. So there is no doubt that today, when the world is going from fossil to non-fossil, and this is what exactly this energy transition, it is again going to reshape the trajectory of the geopolitics in 21st century. And we have seen that this current transition, it is going to reshape a new global value chains. The mineral resources such as copper, lead, nickel, zinc, cobalt, lithium are very, very vital for the new zero carbon technology. These mineral resources are very unequally distributed. As we have seen, these unequal distributions, we have seen the entire the 19th century, the early 20th century, the dominance of the Britain in the global affairs. We have seen the later 20th century, the dominance of Soviet Union and the US just because of the oil positions. So the reshaping and the trajectory of the global geopolitics, it is just because of who is going to control resources. When we talk about this energy transition, of course, in this energy transitions, there will be some new supply chain. And this new global chains, as I mentioned, that the resources, mineral resources, those who have a mineral resources, they will reshape the trajectory of geopolitics in 21st century. And there is no doubt. And as we have seen, the unequal distributions of oil, as we have seen the unequal distributions of coal, and accordingly, the superpower position has been set just because of these resources. So now this 21st century, the superpower, the status of the superpower will be determined those who will control these mineral resources. My dear friend, let me talk about India's journey of energy transitions. As I stated earlier that India's journey of energy transition has been motivating and inspiring for all the global South countries. Our facts and the figures demonstrate the kind of commitment we have, the kind of challenges that we have, but we have tried to overcome those challenges. We are not above the challenges when we are going to shift from fossil to non-fossil. At a time when India's economic engine is totally based on the fossil fuels, just one decade before, and still today, around the 52 and 53% dependency on the coal. But we have decided to shift from fossil to non-fossil. It is a great task. It is a challenge for us. But Indian government has shown its commitment that developmental aspirations as well as pro-planet, as well as this developmental aspiration, it must be aligned with the pro-planet, with the green economy, with the clean energy. And we have tried to balance with the both factor. One is we have to grow. We are the emerging economy. Now we are the 5th largest economy, and we have set the tone for the 3rd largest economy till 2030. So this is somehow, it reflects the kind of our commitment. And we have shown our commitment to realize the Paris Agreement that took place in 2050. So our journey is deeply aligned with the green economy, the green planet. Let me present some facts and the figures that shows our deep concern and commitment for this green economy, a clean energy. India's announcement that it aims to reach a net zero carbon emission by 2070. And India announced that India will meet its electricity requirements from renewable energy resources 50% by 2030. Again, we have set the target 500 gigawatt capacity of renewable energy. And it is all declared in COP26 Glasgow Summit 2021. So the 5 rector principles, the Panchamrit that was laid on by India's Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi. So this is somehow our long standings and the deep commitment to achieve the target. And my dear friends, it is not only the mission. Somehow we have achieved already. Let me put some facts. The kind of India has quantum jump in renewable energy capacity. Today, India ranks with the 4th position in the installed renewable energy capacity. India's non-fossil fuels energy has increased by more than 25% in the last 7 years. In 2015, India's installed solar energy capacity was 4 gigawatt. Now we have 71 gigawatt. This is our journey. This is a very, very motivating journey. That what we have set, we have done already. So now India is having 71 gigawatt of solar energy. India has 100% electrifications. So this is somehow, and other countries of the global south needs to learn from the India's journey for this non-fossil fuels. 100% electricity. And we have very, very substantial and strong transmission grid. We are promoting at the local level also. India is also laying the groundwork to scale up important emerging technologies such as hydrogen, battery storage, low carbon steel, cement, and fertilizers. A transition to clean energy is a huge economic opportunity for India. See, this is a very important fact because when the countries are very susceptible, because when your journey is transition is very, somehow is a grappling field, is a twilight zone. Transition is somehow a twilight zone. What will happen in the past area when you are leaving that fossil fuels area? What will be the workforce? How will you replace? How will you set the new workforce? This is somehow challenge. But India has skillful to manage this new skill, man-force resources for this renewable energy resources. As I told you that India is particularly well planned to become a global leader in the renewable batteries and green hydrogen. Low carbon, these and other low carbon technologies could create a market worth up to $80 billion in India by 2030. So this is also very important, that we are going to create opportunity. We are going to create a new economic opportunity for the young generations. So that may provide opportunity in terms of the economic growth. As I told in my initial remarks, that it is somehow the combination between the clean energy and the economic growth. So this India's journey for the non-fossil fuels is somehow, it also creates, as I told you, market worth up to $80 billion in India by 2030. It is our projection. It is our goal that by 2030 we will achieve $80 billion worth. Now the next, green hydrogen will play a major role in achieving net zero and decarbonizing the hard-to-abate sectors. India aims to become a global hub for green hydrogen production and exports. Indian government is very highly active to accelerate this green hydrogen. My dear friend, let me tell you, it's a very interesting story that today the two major sectors that consume energy. And as we know also that India ranks as the third largest consumer country in the world after China and USA. So the two major sectors, one the power and another is transport. Indian government is deeply committed. It has shown the commitment to electrical vehicle, to facilitate electrical vehicle, and providing lots of subsidies and the facilities and infrastructures, electrical vehicles. So this is somehow our commitment for that. Now, India's climate begins so the kind of commitment. India's climate adaptation and mitigations ambitions are not just transformational only for India. In the very beginning, as I remarked, that our journey is aligned with the global matrix, with the global landscape. Especially, I'm talking about the global south, because there are lots of challenges in the countries of the global south that are facing, right? For example, fundings, for example, other infrastructures, right? So, but India has shown and still is working on that direction. That are, and for that, the two institutions like Niti Aayog from the India is a very well-established think tank, as well as the IEA, International Energy Agencies, are committed to work together to enable India to grow, industrialize, and provide a better quality of life to its citizens without the need to carbonize. So this is somehow our commitment. Now the last is, International Energy Agency has estimated that for India to achieve its carbon neutral targets by 2070, it will require an investment of over 13,000 billion per year until 2030. But we are ready for that. Mobilizing more Indians to make use localized energy generation. My dear friend, this is a very important, interesting fact that I would like to present here. In India, especially I'm talking about the rural India, this installed solar capacity, people are very excited. People has a very excitement to habituate this installed solar energy capacity. And mobilizing, this is our government efforts also, to mobilize the Indian peoples from fossil to non-fossils. So mobilizing more Indians to make use for localized energy generation technology, like rooftop solar planets and microgrids. These allow individual households and buildings both to generate and store their own clean electricity, gaining greater independence from the grid. But a friend, this is somehow the two-way working. We are working from the societal side also. Indian common people are very, very excited to adopt this government policies, government-driven initiatives, this decarbonization policies, and low-carbon energy technology. On both sides, India is working. India is working on technology level, and India is working on the different decarbonization policies. Government is very, very active to achieve zero carbon economy, and I'm sure that by 2030, as we have seen, as I told you, we have seen that the last 7 years, 25 times we are in the solar energy. So we have achieved already, and somehow it remains to be achieved. But I'm hopeful, I'm very optimistic that the countries from the global south can replicate India's practices on the clean energy. Thank you very much for today's discussion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandeep. Very interesting, your explanation. It's somehow very aligned also to what Siseko said about the importance of the BRICS countries and the world as a one place